Hello, and welcome to Pedz Game Shack. This is episode 9, and today I have a new guest on the show that goes by Ashiwaa. How you doing,
Hello
Ash?
there.
You doing good?
I'm doing well. Yeah, I'm doing
glad.
well. How's you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Chilling out. Quite hot, actually, so I'm not chilling, really. Sweating. Surprisingly warm, considering how crap the weather is.
I'm about to say you've either got a powerful PC or you've got some cash flow. To have the heat,
Heating is none. I don't know why it's so warm. I'm not lucky to be able to have the heating on.
That's how I'm planning on getting back round it. I'll just stick demanding PC game on. That's my heating sword.
A good idea. Not bad at all. Right. Let me think. For those who are new to the show, we do 3 sections usually, which is currently playing, top news, and we play together. So we'll start with currently playing, and I would like to know what you are currently playing.
Well, try to think. I bounce between a lot of games. I'm not gonna lie. I do plat a few games and stuff. So at the minute in my rotation, I'm sort of playing Bloodborne, Resident Evil, the original, trying to do a knife-only run for trophies and that, and I'm looking to start Devil May Cry soon as well, like the reboot.
All right, I know, yeah. The one that people didn't like.
Yeah. I did. It got too much hate. You put that game in any other context with any other characters, it would have been a well-received because it got Dante in it. You know how people are.
I do indeed. I played a little bit of that game, but not very much, so I can't really judge it. I've only ever played and completed I've played a little bit of DMC2, but the only one I've completed is the original Devil May Cry, and that was only like in the last couple of years. So I'm way behind on a lot of series.
Well, if you'd like to play like the best one in the series, definitely 5. 5 is a masterpiece in my eyes.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll have to get to that once I finish 2, 3, and 4. So you're saying you've been doing platinums and you're currently trying to do Bloodbornes. How'd you get on with Bloodborne, Anne? Because I'm not a massive fan.
Well, this game's always going to be mad nostalgic for me because I last played it 7 years ago due to the trophies I got. I looked at it the other day like, wow, 7.5 years since I played this game. Damn, that's gone quick. But that game got me into Souls games because before then I thought they were slow, clunky, not fun, and just tedious. But that game's faster, snappy. It's not really. It is a Souls game and it's not. And it got me into it more. Like, the reward, the feeling you get when you beat something difficult. It got me more into like accepting the challenge, trying to overcome the challenge. So from there I went from like Dark Souls 3. Which is not, I don't know if the designers did this, but it's got elements in there where Bloodborne, it feels like they took inspiration from Bloodborne for Dark Souls 3 and made the combat faster.
Right.
So I jumped on with that, and then when they remastered the first one, I went to that, and then I never played the second one, then I went to like Sekiro and Elden Ring after that. So it sort of got me into that genre of games. So,
all right, that's fair enough.
I set myself the lovely challenge of doing all the platinums for like the Souls games, the Resi games, and the DMC games because I don't know. I come up with these crazy ideas sometimes. Okay, whether I see it all the way through, different matter. But that's my aim.
Well, it's always good to have a goal.
Yeah, I have to crash on Cuphead. Yeah.
Crash 4 was meant to be brutal, wasn't it?
Oh god, it took me 227 hours, I think. I think one level took me like 7 hours to do on time trials, but I'm that type of person where I not give up or I'll turn it off and it'll bug me. I'll come back 10 minutes later, right, another go. I'm just that type of person.
I'm not. I'm like, I'll finish the game and now I'll play a new one. And that's it. I'm like, that game's done now. Don't need to do anything else. Too many games to play for me, so I like move on. Is Bloodborne your favorite of the From Software Soulsborne like games?
Yeah and no. Like, it's been too long. I need to replay it to give you a definitive answer because the year time gap. You must have come across it as well. When you play a game and it's fresh, you're more inclined to say that's your favorite one.
Mm.
Out of a series, especially been across several years. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when I played Resident Evil series back to back. Now, the last one I played was Village, and that is one of my favorite out of the series, if not the favorite, because it like for me, not perfected, but it had a nice pace to it. Had a nice pace, nice story, nice gameplay. But if you ask me my absolute all-time favorite, it's between Resi 2 and Resi 3, like more edge towards Resident Evil 3 remake. Now, I know people don't like that one that much, but it's because I'm more of an action style gamer. It's faster. So the faster the gameplay, the more inclined I am to play it.
That's fair enough. As we brought up, Resident Evil is the remake of 1.
That is very nice. Yeah. It's sad. I still can't believe they got those graphics out of a GameCube. Like, I'm still in awe now because it looks good even now.
Yeah. Agreed. Completely agree with her. GameCube had some nice games. Like, look at Wind Waker. I personally prefer Wind Waker GameCube graphics than the Wind Waker HD remaster because I didn't like the style. They kind of changed it a bit. But that's just me.
I love Wind Waker.
So you should.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite. That and Link. The second to that is Link's Awakening, the remake.
Yeah.
I adored that. I'm not gonna lie. I was so sad when I finished it.
Yeah, lovely game. I remember playing the original. I'm not sure if I think I played the original and then the color, and then obviously the remake on the Switch. But yes, fantastic game, Link's Awakening. But then I don't think there's a Zelda game I don't like apart from like the first two. They're a bit too archaic, the first one, and a bit shit the second one.
I haven't played the early ones because I didn't have access to a Nintendo console later on because obviously UK being Sega based mainly. Yep. Yeah, and then the other game I haven't really liked it. It's very controversial. Didn't like. I say I didn't like. It's Breath of the Wild. I wasn't a fan.
See, I liked Breath of the Wild, but I had many issues with it. Like the breaking weapons, I'm not too bothered about because you tend to find lots. It can be irritating, but that's not the problem. The main thing for me is you're running around in this pretty open world. There's not much to the areas most of the time, in my opinion. And like when you come across a camp, it's like, oh right, what can I do here? You kill stuff, lose a couple of your items. Which, like I said, is not a massive deal because you do come across a load. But when you waste like your good items doing a camp and then your reward is 20 rupees, it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, like you've raised the same points I don't like about it. It feels too empty. Like that game could have been 30% smaller and been a much better game for it.
Yeah.
And your weapons, your good weapons, you're just a collector. The collector's item, just in case. Like, no matter what you'll come across, like, I've got this really good weapon. Don't actually want to use it right now. So you end up with a whole array of arsenal of weapons you don't want to use just in case you're in a hard or a boss fight. So you end up just picking up and using whatever you've got, and then you like lament using like good weapons because you've run out on trash.
Yeah.
And and it just needs a bit more direction and some story to it instead of telling a Soulsborne story because I don't think that fits Zelda. I got more story from the prequel, the Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, than I did from the actual game.
I haven't played Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. I played the original Hyrule Warriors a bit, but not the sequel.
It's a lot better, the Age of Calamity, because it's a lot more laser focused, a lot more story driven, and it's feeding you a narrative you already sort of know. With the champions and stuff like that. It's it's really fun to pick it up on the cheap. That's chance of the time thing, but
picking up a Nintendo game.
I realised as soon as I said it, I was like, oh yeah.
I can try.
33% off twice a year.
Amazing. So you've been doing platinums. You've said you were doing Resident Evil knife only run.
So, yeah, I'm very easy though.
Not very easy. Is this still a tricky one then? Because obviously, like things like hunters and stuff, I'm guessing you just ignore them and run away.
I haven't got to that point yet because we played other games in between. I'm doing a bit here and a bit there. I've got to the just after. I'll tell you where I got to last night before I went to bed. I got to the shark bit where you're altering the pressure gauges.
Right.
That's where I'm at currently. So I think hunters will be coming up soon if I remember rightly.
And then you just run.
I'm gonna guess so because I dodged crimsons. I was like, Muhammad Ali, rope-a-dopey, like crimsons all over the place, just screaming. You know, like that old track to me. And he's done him. He's past him. And then I hear the foot on the wall. Will you shut up in there?
Yeah, because I was can't hunters like one shot you by cutting your head off or something if memory serves. I haven't played Resi for a while. Like the last one I played was Resi 2 and 3 remake, but I never finished the third remake of 3. I don't know why. I just didn't. I think it's because I was streaming more in the evenings then, whereas I'm not now streaming as much in the evenings. So that's probably why. Because I'd rather play like a horror game kind of thing in the evenings when it's dark, not in the middle of the day, and then it's like, you know. That's just me.
I play them anytime night because I do have like a weird disconnect with that. I'm not. I did when I was younger. I'm very scared of horror games, but nowadays I can play whatever. Especially with headphones on, I think it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, you must have that feeling late at night when you know we've all done it. Where it's like, hey, that creak, like, what's that? It could just be piped, you know what I mean? But if you stop and think, I'm on my own here. That shouldn't be making that sound. I'm going to pretend I heard that.
Exactly. Or you catch something in the corner of your eye and like,
or like my dog does. He carries a ball around with him, and he'll like drop it. And I keep joking that it's been like a horror film one day. It's just in the corridor, in the dark, with the eyes gleaming, and then you see the ball rolling towards you down the corridor.
Brilliant. How are you finding Resi with the knife then? Is it difficult? I know you said you're doing it on very easy, but you still got to be pretty tough. Like,
it's not too bad. You just got to learn that you just let the zombies go a lot of time. Because my brother's is a big Resi nut. Like, he proper loves it. My brother's one of the type of people where he doesn't like many things, but when he does, he loves them.
Yeah.
So he loves the whole Resident Evil. So he'll give me some tips on what to do. And there's a thing where you have outreach. When they go to lunge at you, you can like take a step back just the second they lunge, and they like stop, which gives you a chance to get round.
All right.
Without getting grabbed. So you got to try and manage that and stuff. The Crimsons, if you go, I think it's their right shoulder. If you run at them at the right shoulder, when they go to pull back, you sort of like go through their arm.
That's weird.
Or it's like the animation's not got a hitbox, and it's like, cool, I'm taking this. I'm running past you. Like, he's got him. Yes.
I'm guessing the thing is like you can die and anything is fine as long as your save is you didn't use a gun.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't even set the Crimsons on fire.
So
that's class of the lighter being a weapon, yeah.
What about bosses? You gotta like knife the snake to death or something.
Well, I just got the mask and ran. Like I went in and out, and that was it. I didn't kill the snake. The Crimson took a while. It were a Benny Hill sketch, like it's lunge right in and go
Brilliant.
But yeah, that was tricky.
I didn't see that.
Oh, no one needs to see that. And me just getting annoyed and just stats, like going in with like an arm cannon, like an arm full of first aid spray. It's like, come on, you can't touch me. You can't touch me.
That sounds great. Actually, sounds like it'd be fun to watch. Not to do, but it sounds fun like to watch. I'd like to watch that. I wouldn't want to do that because I'd get annoyed.
Yeah, it's not too bad. When you get into it, it's not too bad. Once you start getting the dodge down, it's fine. But it's not something I'd like want to stream, because if I get annoyed, I like to walk away now as a streamer. You know that you can't do that. You can for 10 minutes, but like I'll just go away for half an hour and come back to it. It's like, yeah, I don't think people are gonna be very happy if I just like that's it. I'm done. I'm out. I'll see you in 30 minutes.
I think I have probably ended streams where I'm like, fuck this game, put my pad down, I'm off. I've probably done it like once or twice, but I've been streaming for nearly 7 years, so give me credit.
Yeah, exactly. But you get what I mean though. Once you like play a difficult game on stream, you're more inclined to sit there and tackle it again, opposed to when you're on your own.
Yeah.
But when you're on your own, the game's got all your focus, so it's easier. Like you're not paying attention to chat. The game has got your focus. That's it.
Yeah.
So like challenge runs, I'll do off stream normally. For that reason.
Did you do all of Crash 4 on stream?
I did it in streams in bits because it was people like to watch the struggle, right? Like people like to watch you suffer. I like watching other people suffer. And it was on and off. Like I did the time trials, and then towards the end, when we were getting closer, like and people like when Jeff and Crow was doing it, I was like, you know what? I fancy just not doing it all in my offline. I'll use my stream time as well to do it, and people really got into it. I was like, okay. And it's like this one famous clip, not famous. I say famous, like everyone knows about it. But I got all the boxes. You have to get all the boxes without dying and everything else in one run. So I got right to the end. And I was like, yes, come at me. You're not robbing me of this. And I triple spinned as I got the last crate, and it sent me over the edge into the brink at the finish line. I literally threw down my pad and walked off for 2 minutes and come back.
Fucking bet. Oh shit. That would have been soul destroying.
Yeah. Even my mate like it, so he's like, I didn't want to clip that. I said, I told you to clip it, just clip it, I don't care. At this point, if the damage is done, you might as well have a laugh at it. Like
I'm done. Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Don't blame me, man. What was the third game you said you've been playing?
The third game I haven't started yet was a DMC reboot. I try not to juggle too many games at a time because I used to do 4 and I forget where I was all the time.
That's completely understandable. Yeah, I tried to play several games at once and it was too hard for me because a lot of the time I'd be like, right, I want to play the other game. Like I'd start getting into it and like I'd be like, I want to play this other game. And then when I'm playing the game that I've got scheduled to play, it's kind of like I'm playing it, but I'm not really enjoying it because I'm thinking about the other game. If that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, 100%. That's how I got. And then, especially when you're doing it like a week apart, it's like, I have no idea where I am. So you waste half your time trying to work out where you are, and it's just a waste of time in the end. It's like, oh.
Spend like ages trying to work out what you've done, where you need to go.
Yeah.
No, I get that completely. I hate it when I like, even after like say I'll like stream today. I finished the game I was playing today, but that's not the point. Point is like I'd probably play next Monday or something, and then it's like, well, what am I doing again? And that's just after a few days, so like a week or two. My memory's awful.
Mine is as well. Like, why have games not got a standard like recap function on games nowadays?
I don't know. They did it on one of the Pokemon games. I think they did it for a few, but it was like it like recap like the last like big events and stuff. More games should do it.
I reckon so, because with how busy modern life's getting, you don't have much time to play games, especially like say yourself with your family and stuff. You're gonna have not as much as well. So like you don't know when the next time you're gonna play. So surely there must be a market for that. Surely.
You would think so. I would think so.
Especially our generation getting older, like as well. Because we're not going to stop gaming, are we? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, well, you might as well play into it at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree. There should be some sort of consistent across all games, some sort of little catch up of what's going on. Or just when you start the game up, just like give you a little bit of direction to start. I can understand with certain games that don't give you a lot of direction anyway, so that they wouldn't really do that. But other games do. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I get that 100%. Well, hopefully we can only hope. But the gaming industry, it's one of them things.
Exactly. It's a pain in the arse. But that's a topic for a different podcast.
Exactly. That's a branching topic.
Yeah, you'd be here for a long time talking about the gaming industry, the community. Just so much to talk about. speaking of the industry, we're going to head into top news, where we're going to talk about the Bayonetta 3 voice over scandal. That's what I'm sticking with. I only know, as I said to you just before we started, I know it very briefly. I know that the person who died, I'm not sure of her name, Hellena or something.
Is it Hellena Taylor? I think that's
Hellena Taylor, is it? She
so,
did the voice of Bayonetta for Bayonetta 1 and 2. She then went to social media to say that she wouldn't be she didn't reprise her role because she wasn't offered enough money. She offered like $4,000 or pounds to reprise the role. And then it later came out from other sources that she was actually offered that per session, and it would have worked out as about 20,000. And she wanted a ridiculously high amount of money and subsidies or something like that. I'm not sure if it's subsidies. Basically, like if the game, every copy of the game that sells, she gets a small part of that. That's all I know. I don't know much else.
That's pretty much it, really.
Yeah.
So she went on basically trying to do as maximum damage as she could. Because she started, like, she's got an NDA, she doesn't care. Like, what they're going to do, take the clothes off her back. It's basically saying, I've got nothing, you can't do anything to me. So then everyone jumped on it, as in the kangaroo court Twitter, of course. You know, someone says something, everyone jumps, oh, it's gospel, everyone tells the truth. Like, nah. People lie all the time, but you have to wait until you hear both sides. You can't, like, just jump on it and go, oh, you're absolutely telling the truth. Because we're human beings do things for their own ends. But at face value, it looked like she was telling the truth until, obviously, before we were talking. There was something off about what she was saying. So it's like, well, you know what? I'm not going to boycott it. It is taking the mick that they only offered 4,000. But afterwards, I can't remember who was saying this. I know Ice Monkey says words on, we and him had a Twitter exchange about it. And in general, I can't remember about it. I think it might have been Young, yeah. A YouTuber, if you're familiar with him. And he was talking about how that's like a standard rate, like a union rate, but not. So it was legal, it just wasn't right. So when obviously Platinum had to respond, and responded with obviously what she actually got, as you said, was 4,000 per session, so £20,000. Doesn't seem too bad for, like, you know, how many hours work? 20 hours work, so he's getting £1,000 an hour.
Yeah. Not bad.
But to then it's someone offered me £1,000 an hour back then, but we're in different industries, so, you know, it's value's relative. We all know this. Like, depends on what your lifestyle is and how much money is to you. So £10 somebody else is going to be like £100 somebody else, or 10p.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like she just went to do maximum damage, and then the one thing I didn't like, she threw the current voice actor in, Jennifer Hale, saying you've took my job, basically. You bitch, basically, something like that. And that was it. It's like, well, and then that made Jennifer Hale respond. But she was like, did it with a bit more grace of saying, look, I'm under NDA, sorry it happened, but I didn't know. And then that's when Platinum sort of responded. Yeah. Or I think the news broke with Jason Schreier. I don't think it come from Platinum, I think it was sources.
Yeah.
Which he works for Bloomberg now, yeah. Yeah, and that's how that came about. And then all of a sudden she'd gone quiet and gone, yeah, I don't need to fight my corner, I just want to be done with it. It's like, well, that says to me that you've got nothing else. She just basically said the lie, and it's like, you need to be coming back with something right now, because they provided facts, sort of thing, and figures, not just hearsay. Which I know it sounds super bad, and I feel sorry for her, I do. Like, but if it's true what she said, she pushed it. You know, like any other job, like, if someone offers you a salary, like, you can have a back and forth, but if you say what you want, and they're not willing to meet it, there's no conversation to be had there.
No. I think I don't think she does voice acting for other things, does she? I think she's like a theatre actor or something. Is that right?
Yeah, she'll not be doing it anymore. Let's put it that way.
But I'm only thinking about it because, like, maybe she was wanted more because she thought the game did better, and she's comparing voice acting from games to films and stuff. Whereas like voice actors in films and things like that would get a lot more money than people in video games from the sounds of it. So I think the big discussion from this whole thing really is going to be, should voice actors get paid more in general? Should they have a better payment to rival other industries? That kind of thing, I guess. But you know, I haven't really got much of an opinion on the Bayonetta 3 thing. Like when I heard about it that she was offered like a really sounded like a really shit amount for what she would have had to have done. Basically, I thought, that's a bit scummy, like, you know. But it turns out that wasn't the case. She was offered a decent wage for doing Bayonetta. So I don't really know where to stand on it, because we're never going to know exactly what happened. But if it's true that she was offered like a 20K for doing it, it's not a bad sum of money, like. So
I think her problem was she looked at the sales and thought, hang on a minute, you're earning this much, I'm entitled to this much. I think that's where it went. If I'm being honest, and not taking into consideration everything else. Like let's be honest, the game, when you make games, they make a massive amount of profit. They make more than movies, music, and everything else. Despite claiming like they're broke all the time. So she's seen that and I thought, you know what? That's pittance compared to what they've made. I deserve more. I am Bayonetta. That's the way she carried herself in those videos to me, because she cited it several times. Like, I am the voice of Bayonetta. I, listed the credentials and stuff. But it's like they offered you a lot higher than the standard rate, which isn't right or moral. Don't get me wrong. But she, as she said, you wrote to come in and obviously offered her back. We'll give you this per session. But she wanted a 6-figure. Now, the rumour is 6-figure. We don't know what 6 figures she wanted. We heard 6 figures. We're thinking 100 grand. She could have wanted 500 grand.
Yeah.
There's no... See, that's the devil's in the details right now, because if it's 100 grand, it's still a lot of money and a big jump on what they want to pay. But we don't know that. She could have gone, you've made it for 150 million. I want 600 grand. I want 500 grand.
Yeah. Hopefully all the details will come out and... we know exactly what's going on. But I think the biggest takeaway, I think, to be fair, is that voice actors should be paid more for their craft.
I agree.
If everyone could do it, then we wouldn't need voice actors. Like, anyone could go into a studio and record a voice, but it doesn't mean it's going to be any good.
I think the problem is, which the problem is with voice actors have got. I'm not in the industry, so this is just my outside take, is that they're easily replaceable, because with a star in a movie, you've got the face, you've got you've got the brand in there, and you've got the voice, you've got everything as one package.
Yeah.
Now, if someone doesn't play ball in an anime, you can quite easily imitate a voice opposed to a person. So I think that's where you're going with a low ball, because they're easy to replace.
Yeah.
So they can get away with it more. Do you know what I mean? That's the sort of thing. But if anything, as you said, could come out of it, it's start that conversation about they should be paid more.
Yeah.
Which, if that's a takeaway, this whole thing, then at least it's done some good. Not to the parties involved, just everybody else. So hopefully that is a thing. We'll see. But I think that's going to go quiet for a bit,
Yeah, it probably will. But hopefully something good will come from it, so that because like a lot of companies do make masses of amounts of money, especially like things like Activision and all that. So they probably could pay more. I don't know about like Platinum, what kind of sales they have and how much it costs to make the game versus how much they make versus how much they have to pay staff versus So I couldn't really say. I'm not in the industry. I can only give my outsider's opinion, which is, everyone needs better treatment in the industry from the seams of it. Still.
Exactly. But as I said, we're outsiders, so we don't know. we're operating on bitpart information, which is the only trouble when you're viewing stuff from the outside, isn't it? It's hard to have like an accurate take. You can only go off what you've got, really.
Yeah, exactly. Can't disagree with you there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying with the whole jumping on thing. At least now we've got both sides. We've got an accusation and a rebuttal, like a counter to it. So then you can sort of work it out from there. So at least we're giving like a completely wild, unbiased opinion on this sort of thing.
Yeah. But I haven't really got much else to say about it. What about yourself?
There's not really much else to say. Like the only thing they take away is hopefully voice actors get more money. What companies are like in industries, probably not. But we can hope that people are decent. But you know,
but people are also scum.
Pretty much in the greedy, aren't they? Let's be honest. So
yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. People are scum. That's what I'll stay on. Right. We will then, as we finished with top news, we will head on down the We Play Together lane. And what we played together this time was a game that came out several years ago called Little Nightmares. Hopefully you played Little Nightmares and all Little Nightmares too.
I played Little Nightmares.
Funnily enough, I played Little Nightmares and then I bought the DLC. But it was cheaper to buy the DLC, the complete edition on Steam than it was to. I played it on the PlayStation 4, 5, because it was I just thought I can't bother to go upstairs and find the pad that my child stole to play on one of the Xboxes up there. But then, so I just played it on the PlayStation 5 and finished the game. And I was like, oh, there's DLC in there. So I had a look and it was like £7 for the DLC season pass. And it was like £4 odd on CD keys to get both the complete edition, which is the full game, and the season pass. Or it was like about £5 for the DLC altogether. So I was like, I'll just go for the £4, even though I've got the game on Steam. It's cheaper to get a season pass for the DLC. So I did that. Then I played through the DLC as well. And then I also bought Little Nightmares 2.
Wow, I'm guessing you really liked it then.
I did enjoy it. I can say that much. But most importantly, what did you think of it?
I found some of the puzzles obtuse in it. I'm not going to lie. I did get stuck a few times. And I thought some of the checkpoints were a little bit too long. On some of the sections, yeah. Where you got to the very end messed up and you're like all the way back. Like, towards the end of the game, the kitchen section where you got all the way up and it took you all the way back in. God.
Right.
But the atmosphere in that was brilliant. Like, the sneaking was fun and everything else was fun about it. It was just sometimes the checkpoints were a little bit frustrating, but outside that, really enjoyable game.
Yeah, I would agree with the checkpoints sometimes being a bit not great with sending you back a bit too far. I wouldn't say they were awful, but I would think they could be a little bit better. And what I wouldn't say the puzzles were obtuse for me. I think sometimes it felt like, I don't know, a little bit. I can't think of the right word, really. Just a little bit, not aimless, but like kind of, I don't know. We'll just go with obtuse.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That solution wasn't simple. Like, after you'd done one or two puzzles, because I found the puzzles did repeat themselves a little bit. You got used to it, but the first time I was like, what am I meant to do? And I think I got stuck in ages. I just realised I had to push the door. I felt so stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like trying to push the refrigerator over, move the chair, do some really complicated stuff. Like I got a Rubin pole, I think that's what it's called. We made the complex machines in the 90s.
All right.
What was name? You know what I mean, don't you?
I can't remember his name either.
Where you went to turn on the light switch, but instead of turning on the light switch, like you had a series of guns. Anyway, that's what I was setting up in this room, and I only had to push the door. I was like, you're an idiot. You really are an idiot. And then I sort of worked out where the switches were and what they wanted me to do.
I did find some things in the game a bit trial and error. Like sometimes you'd do something where you'd like, I can't think of exact moments off the top of my head right now, to be honest. I was thinking about it at the time, say. But it's like you'd open the door and then like this thing would be there and you'd have to react quickly to get say under a table before you get caught. But if you the first time you walk into that room, you don't know it's there, so you get caught. So then it checkpoints you a little bit away, then you run back, which isn't too bad for most parts. And then you know then to quickly do this one thing you need to do before you get caught or something by the weird, freaky fucking things, whatever they are called, grotesque bastards. I don't know what they're actually called.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. They're weird. They're wearing skin. I don't understand that. I couldn't work out what they was.
No. So like the first one's got like those really gangly arms. Then you got the weird chef things, and I don't know.
Oh, that was one. Yeah, with the whole even the arms in the elevator. It took a while to work out what you had to do there. Because I was trying to like launch myself the hamper and grab onto like like the service hatch, thinking does this flop down and I get out that way. But no, you have to pull like the arms out of the cage. It's like,
yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That one. I thought like, what am I doing? I'm jumping around, and I was like, wait a second, he can't get through. I wonder if I meant to just pull the cage. And I was like, but you have to do it several times for it to break. Yeah, like I enjoyed the game overall. Like I said, I like the atmosphere. I like the designs of the weird fucking people, even though I don't know what they meant to be exactly. Like you were, are they meant to? Because you were like a child, I think.
I don't know. I don't know if we're a bigger version of them little things running around or not, because it got progressively more aggressive as the game went on. Especially the hunger aspect.
Yeah. I did like, I don't really want to spoil it for people who haven't played it. So, like, spoiler alert on one of the things you eat. I was like, walking along, it's like the third thing you eat. And I was like, give me that sausage. And then all of a sudden I just gripped the fucking thing and started gnawing on. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, like you rotten give you food and you do that. I felt so bad.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, that's dark.
Yeah, I was like, that was a bit unexpected, because I genuinely thought I was going to grab the sausage.
Me too, yeah. Like, you got a perfect good sausage there. You rip this, he's feeding you now. Like, rip his throat out, bless him.
Weird gnome. I think that's what they're called, gnomes.
And then the ending was weird. Well, I'm not going to touch on it too much, but I was like, what?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand it, but, maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be a metaphor of some kind.
Could be.
Don't be greedy or you'll consume everything.
Could be. It was just weird. I didn't understand what went off there. I don't understand transformation. I might look that up myself, but
yeah,
I finished that Wednesday, I think, and I've just been doing this, that, and the other. So I might have a look at that after this.
But did you play the DLC or did you just play the main game?
I just played the main game.
The DLC is shorter. It's only 3 chapters instead of 4 or 5. And you play as a different character. I think it's called the boy. I don't know what what I don't get about the ending is as well is the way it ends. Because there's a Little Nightmares 2, and it seems like you're also person in the yellow raincoat. I think. Or at least one of the characters are. I'm wondering how it works. Is it different character, is it?
Because I remember seeing some discourse of what happened to the original one. That makes sense. So I didn't know the story, so I'll read whatever. If I'm not like gonna play a game right away, I'm like, I'll probably forget in time. Or a little game like I'm not that fussed about the story. So obviously I'm nosy, I can't help myself. What's this all about? Yes. So then I give you 2 questions, like if something weird happened or they've died. Like that's your 2 like outcomes without reading too much into it.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll have to have a look. I will play the second game soon, I think. I did enjoy it. But it was very interesting. Even though I didn't get the ending.
Spooky game though, spooky game. You did generally feel like terror when they was chasing you, because you can't really do a lot.
Very creepy game. I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the game had its issues. Like, it wasn't perfect by any means. I don't think any game ever will be, um, personally. But I just really enjoyed playing through it. It just really clicked. Like, I literally sat down and thought, right, I'll give her a start, and I played a bit of it. And then I popped into your stream. I was like, oh, I played a bit of it. And then the next day, and I played a bit more. And then I was like, I'll just play a little bit more. A little bit more. And I was finished with it. It's like, that was good. I liked it. It's like not too long either, see. It's quite a short game, so I think it's definitely a game that will appeal to a lot of people who like a creepy game.
Yeah, I think I like rushed it as well, just because of how quick, because I wanted to do it for this sort of thing. I think I lost a little bit because I rushed it myself. So if I think I was taking my time with it, I probably would, got more into it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I just wanted to like get through the game, and that sounds really terrible. But I enjoyed what I played. It was just some of the puzzles and checkpoints, but like the overall game, yeah, definitely go check it out. Like, it's cheap enough half the time. Like, there's no reason not to. Cheap enough and short enough is what you want. This is what more games need to be, I think. Just nice, short little experience as opposed to 100 hours.
They'll make a third Little Nightmares in the open world.
Oh, God.
I hope not. I'm just joking. Please,
I'm out.
Please, if you're listening, developers, don't do that.
I'm over open world. Just give me straightforward games. I know a lot of people like them, but when you know yourself, when you're tired after it, you just want to play a game. Just tell me what to do. Let's have some fun now.
Yeah.
Which is what that was. Like, you knew what you were doing. Everything was short, confined, very atmospheric, and I think it made it a lot better for that reason.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think the game was pretty wonderful. I would say maybe be a little bit more lenient with the checkpoints. Like, I don't think they were really bad or anything. It's just sometimes it's like, oh, really? I got to go back from here, and I thought it was a bit far. But in some ways, after finishing the game is so short, it didn't make too much of a difference. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think my main takeaway was when you went to a locked door, you went and got the key, come back, undid the key, went in there, but they'll come chasing you straight away, and you had to like hide under something. I didn't realise that first time, because I was like, where do I go? Bang, got me. And then it started me back again, so I had to go all the way across the kitchen to get the key to come back again.
Yeah.
It's them sort of checkpoint. It's not massive, but it's like navigating, trying to sneak around these big creatures. It's not quick.
No.
So when you got to do it again, it's like, oh my word.
One of the ones I found difficult is in one of the kitchens where there's like a load of dishes and stuff, and you have to like press a button, and there's like a meat hooks moving on the ceiling. I didn't know where to go from there, and I kept trying to jump on different places. In the end, I'll just try this one, and jumped on the right table and climbed up the right dish, because I was like, oh, clearly I got to climb up dishes. That's what I got to do to get up there. But the ones I was trying to do was by the sink. And I was like, I can't get up here. What am I meant to do? And then I just ran around. These things are chasing me, and I'm hiding under the tables trying to dodge them. And eventually I was like, maybe it's this one.
Yeah, I was the same. I think it was the far left-hand side. When it's like bang at the start where you meant to climb up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And because it was easy enough to avoid, because you just run under the table. Like, you've got under it, look under, look at you, and then bugger off. I'm like, cool. Like, I'll just carry on my merry way. But yeah, trying to work out where to go after a certain point, it's like, huh. And I tried, like you did, tried to get up everywhere and everything. I must have died so many times doing it.
Yeah, I think that was the place I died the most. I think I died a few times after that and before that, but mainly there.
I think it went long after that, in like the kitchen, the table section with the guests and stuff. I'd done the gauntlet run there to go and jump on the hook to get away, and I jumped too early and missed the hook.
Damn.
He's like, God damn it, I gotta do all the gauntlet again.
Damn. Yeah, I would say that the game is worth playing if you've not played it. Because it is a genuinely interesting game. It does have its faults. One being can be a little tricky. I think can be a little bit I can't even think of the right word right now. I wouldn't say obtuse, like you said. Obviously, that's what you thought of it. But I would say it's a bit trial and error at times when it comes to certain things.
Would an intuitive fit better?
Yeah, not as intuitive as you would like. Yeah, I can get better.
Which is like a less form of obtuse in it. Like that's probably what I should have used, really.
No, it's fine. Fine. I'm not going to say you're wrong. But at the end of the day, that's what you thought of the gameplay. Now. That's perfectly fine.
No, I'm just saying that I agree more with that word opposed to what I use, because that's the only word I could think of off the top of my head to describe it. Like it's a bit more not jump out at you sort of thing.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not everything's not painted in yellow, so that's a win, I guess.
How would you rate this game compared to Balan or Balan Wonderworld? Think it's as good as that?
Masterpiece compared to that, Jesus.
I'm not even going to pretend just not.
Yeah, look, listen, that game, right? I still have no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what happened. I don't understand. I just know stuff got sold by dance and I bubbled, and I ain't got a bloody clue. Like, I think he must have got fired off that after being drug tested, I swear. Like, that's the only reason I can, find for half of these design choices in that game. Like, does it play? Yeah. Is it the worst game in the world? No. Is it good? Not by a long shot. It's a bad game. Yeah. Let's be fair. But it's I wouldn't pay money for the game. Absolutely not. But I played it on the service.
It cost me £10, but I played it on PlayStation Plus because I bought it physically and I couldn't be bothered to insert the disc, so I just downloaded it on PlayStation Plus.
A man after my own heart, right?
Terrible, innit? Awfully lazy.
That's one of my things with Switch games, that sometimes if my brother doesn't, because if my brother's interested in a game, I'll get it physically so we can share. But if not interested, I'll get it digitally. I'm like, why are you getting everything digitally? It's like, I can't be asked to change the cartridge. I really can't.
Thing is, I prefer physical media. I just can't be asked. And it's not like I have to go far for this. It's only it's like the PlayStation is right there, pretty much next to me.
I do a mix of 50-50 now. It depends. If you're not interested, I'll just get it digitally because it's like, I'm not going to trade it in anyway. Yeah. And Switch games, I try to get more digitally because, as I've made this argument in the past, if you lose your Switch, you don't lose all your games. If you've got them physically, you've got to replace the games as well.
That's fair enough.
But it all depends how much you travel, I guess. So, there's an argument for both.
Yeah, my Switch is always docked. Never undocked. To be fair. I'm a non-Switch person in the sense of it doesn't switch from handheld to TV. It is just TV. It's called a TV. Not a Switch. There you go. Is there anything you would like to add about Little Nightmares?
I think people should play it. I don't know, for the full £16, I'd probably wait for a sale. That's not a slat on the game, but for the length of it, I'd wait for a sale, but definitely play it.
I couldn't. I think I would agree. I wouldn't have mind paying £16 for it myself. It's not a lot of money. Well, at this moment in time, £16 is actually quite a bit of money. That's quite a bit of that's like a day's worth of electric, but
let's be honest. If that's not a day's worth of electric, probably more.
But it's worth a play, definitely. It's very enjoyable, great atmosphere, very creepy, lovely designs on stuff. Not lovely as in, oh, this looks lovely. It's really well designed, the characters and stuff. The chefs, for example, the weird long-armed thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. What was it anyway? Because there were skins on them, so there was something underneath. Everything was a skin. So what was underneath?
I don't know.
Maybe it was Balan.
Oh no.
Could be.
Could be.
Oh, actually, talking about Balan, I think it was Saber was telling me about it. Has Saber ever told you what the name of the main guy is?
I don't know. I know the name of the bad guy is. I don't know about the Balan guy.
Lance, as in balance. There you go.
Lance, I thought was the name of the boss, the final boss.
Oh, apparently, it might be. I could have got my wires crossed here, but I thought it was the main guy.
I don't know. Oh, maybe I'm wrong then. I have no idea. It's one of the two. Either way, just doesn't suit. I don't know why. I think let's think. It should be Orca for mediocre.
I think that's being generous, to be honest. Like,
Ad for being bad.
it's very, but it's terrible. Don't like if you wanna giggle. I wouldn't say you wanna giggle. Like, oh well, it's just an LSD trip at some points.
I would say it's worth playing if you've got PlayStation Plus, but I wouldn't advise people to spend money on it like I did. I didn't buy 5 copies of it like some people, but I did buy it. I'm not joking. There is someone who did buy 5 copies.
I know who it is. I know exactly who it is. And they were saying to me on Twitter, like, no, don't play this one. Well, it's like, look, I'm a man of my word. I promise I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Okay, I'm not happy about this. Like, we all went in with like his heads down. It's like, weren't as bad as we thought, but it's like, like funeral mood. Then did it?
Yeah, I genuinely think the game is not as bad as what has been made out, but it's not a good game.
No,
that's Balin or Balan Wonderworld. Little Nightmares is a good game, and everyone should go play it, especially if they've got it on PlayStation Plus or they've had it in a humble bundle, something like that. Play it.
Is it on Game Pass as well?
I don't know. I didn't even check. Might be. My memory's awful. I could have actually looked Thor on there and said, "Oh, John."
I'm going to have a look now.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Curious.
Little Witch in the Woods is on there, but not Little Nightmares that I can see from a quick glance.
From Grandmail logic, it's close enough. It's close enough on Game Pass.
Exactly. I think that about wraps us up. Unless you would like to add anything else about Little Nightmares.
I think we've covered it already. Just go play it.
Yeah, just go play it. Go. And I do wonder if the second one is as good as the first, because I am going to play it. I enjoyed the game. So thank you very much, Ash, for popping in. It has been a pleasure chatting with you. Hopefully you will come back another time and talk about more video games.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me. I'd absolutely love to do that at some point if you're not had enough of my rambling already.
Never enough of your rambling.
We'll see in a couple of months' time.
All right, brilliant. Right. Bye-bye, everyone, and thank you for listening. Anyway, thank you very much. Thank you very much